fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. All that grinding and training mode paid off. Look at the optimal damage on the combo. Deals some sick damage there in exchange for some meter. Turns up the heat and cooks some with the combo. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Got a ton of damage on that opening. Can they do it again? No more drive gauge. From up above.
Turn it up! Give me a break.
Decent return on that combo. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Breaks the block with a throw. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Uses the gauge for a super art. Player 2 in there. Player 1 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Jumps it in with the crossover. Look at the damage they could pump out with the combo. Things are heating up. Feeling a nice chunk of damage. What a payoff. Oh wow, look at the damage. Fantastic work with that combo. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Player 2, well, this is gonna be bad news. 10 ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? Final push at the end paid off in spades. When you have a chance to finish it, you gotta take it. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Connects with the throw. A jump in? Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive end. Ooh, what a smart throw! Super clutch, anti-air in the clutch! Great punish counter sets the table! Turns out! Look at the
Turn it up!
Uh-oh! This was really tipping scale! Up to spend the meter on the super! Curls him from above! Get your plates ready! This unleashes some big damage! Noticeable life lead! Is the comeback still passable? Spends the meter! Player 2! This is gonna hurt! Throw! Oh, come on, kid! Why don't you use the super? Like this! It's enough! Crowns him from above! Spends the meter! Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. A nice, chunky combo. Can they keep up the assault? All that grinding and training mode paid off. Look at the optimal damage on that combo. Deals some sick damage there in exchange for some meters. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 2 has the life lead. Solid combo. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Look at the damage they can pump out with the combo. Things are heating up. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Holds out with the block. Smart throw, that'll do more damage than usual. Ooh, this critical art hit. A clean KO. Nice meter alert. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Does a good job of pushing back. Misses the grab. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Oh wow, look at the damage that did. Fantastic work with that combo. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Good instincts is looking to impress with this super. Now, can they finish the job? Jumps in. Ups the damage on that by experiencing burnout. They just made that very tricky combo look easy. That's how you know they're on another level. The super doesn't hit. That combo did decent damage. Ooh, what a smart throw. Drowns him from above. They're back into the corner now. Well, the drive impact doesn't work. Flatline zone. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Jumps. Uses the target combo as a filler. Put the exclamation point on that with an ODR. Fight back with authority. Look at the... This is gonna hurt. Stand the leader. Yes, sir. More damage, please. There's the burnout. Perfect execution with the anti-air. These guys are not giving each other. This releases some big damage. Player 2 is in a very good spot. Excellent damage on that. Whip! They're wide open! Put the exclamation point on that with an ODR! Spends the meter! Flex them! Noticeable life lead is a there's a burnout! Right up with the super! Will this be enough to kill? It just gets there! Perfection! Time to get down to business. The first round starts next. Gets carried to the corner. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Adds on a bit extra to that and makes sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Deal some damage with that quick combo. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Got a ton of damage off that opening. Can they do it again? A nice chunky combo. Can they keep up? KO! Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. From up above. The jump in is denied. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Look at the damage they could pump out with the combo. Things are heating up. Jumps up. Jumps. The throw missed. Experiencing burnout. Gets the combo. That combo did connect with the throw. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. They're recovering. Jump. Frozen won't find the target. Uses their drive to maximize their... There's a burnout. Get your plates ready. Damage is on the way.
Turn it up.
Push their way out of the corner. Keep them down with a super. Now that's how you take the round. Did not miss that chance and take the round. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Jump in, finds the mark. Deals some sick damage in exchange for some meter. All that grinding and training mode paid off. Look at the optimal damage on that combo. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Got a ton of damage off that opening. Can they do it again? Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fire. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Jumps up. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fire. The fighters return to the middle of... There's the impact! Not letting that go unpunished. Burnout activates. Oh wow, look at the damage that did. Fantastic work with that combo. Sneaks in above. Side switch in the corner. Jumps up. Jumps it. Clutch anti-air. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. That was a solid anti-air. There's a corner switch. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Grabs a solid advantage after that big combo. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Combo with the target combo. Getting into the end game now. It's getting tense. Got their eye on the air. They saw a path and they took it. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Manages to block the jump-in attack. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Smart play with the throw. Anti-air drops him. Gutsy play with the grab. What anti-air? They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Put them in a stand on that with an overdrive art. There's a burnout. Engage right there. Treads them with a critical. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fight back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. Player 2 perfect tech. Drops them from the air. What a finish. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Deals some sick damage there in exchange for some meter. Look at the damage they can pump out with the combo. Things are heating up. Player 1 chases them down. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive. Decent return on that. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Oh wow, look at them. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Dealing a nice chunk of damage.